Hi Leo, and welcome to your December love messages. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to this space that we get to create together. This will be a you versus them reading. Roles can be reversed. You can resonate with either side of the coin or both, right? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as always. And the Patreon Extended is, of course, linked below. And on Patreon, I am going to be doing a 2025 yearly forecast for all the signs. So if you're interested in that, you can find me on Patreon with all my exclusive content, including a Saturn and Pisces reading, the lunar eclipse in Pisces reading that's really setting the tone for 2025 Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. Okay, so join me on Patreon. I'll be doing a lot of extra content there throughout the next year. You know, if you want to get that yearly forecast and my website, all that stuff's below. The general reading as well, where we dive more into astrology, general messages. I highly encourage you to watch both readings to get a better perspective. These are some signs that you could be dealing with in your chart or theirs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Sun is Leo. Uranus is Aquarius and Taurus. Right now, we do have Uranus currently in Taurus. But for you, we talked about the significance of Venus in Aquarius right now, and also Pluto in Aquarius in your 7th house, okay? Aquarius energy, any transit through Aquarius is going to affect your 7th house. They are your opposite. Tons to learn from Aquarius. So you could be really feeling this shift now that Pluto's in Aquarius, okay? We're going to see how it's affecting your love life. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull from the Animal Oracle for your love interest for Leo. Leo's love interest. Leo's love interest. We have the frog and lotus and the lizard and pitcher plant. My camera's been acting wonky, so don't mind me here. Let's see your energies. Leo. Leo, Leo. Snail, you're like, slow down, Mars and Leo, retrograde. I'm trying to catch up to you, but you're so fast over here. That lizard is zooming off. You could feel like they're like moving at a way faster pace than you. But what's interesting is the lizard, it talks about stagnation. You did have the death card in your general reading. Again, you can go watch that there. There might be some metamorphosis happening here with the frog showing up. Leo, how are you feeling towards your love interest? The otter. Oh, I love the otter. It's so cute. Play. Peace. Yeah, I saw you. You're really wanting more peace in your life and harmony. And you're like, I'm okay moving at a slower pace, it looks like, for you. You are more in this kind of trusting in the invisible, it says here. You know, you're like, I'm just going to take it easy. I don't want to get too overwhelmed. You know, this retrograde energy can definitely make us feel a bit lethargic, volatile, erratic, anxiety, you know, just kind of sudden shifts in our energy. And this person definitely is more in this kind of anxious. I see these two animals here are quick. You know, they're quick to move if they feel threatened, right? The frog and the lizard. And they're both reptiles. Interesting. And you got more of these water creatures. Well, snail is definitely more lives on land, right? They both can. But more of this watery element, and they have more of this kind of, they have a little bit of water and fire here, I'm seeing. I want to read about your love interest here. What are they going under with this metamorphosis? It says this card reminds us that change is natural. Rebirth is possible. And a healing balance can be achieved. The frog developing as it does from a tiny tadpole symbolizes transformation. The lotus flower too symbolizes rebirth, unfurling. Even amid murky waters, going through such a change can be difficult and a struggle, but the resulting metamorphosis opens us to growth, self-acceptance, and happiness. After a period of stagnation, it's looking like your love interest, the person most on your mind, is moving through some changes. And they could be saying to you or you to them is like, I'm getting two different scenarios here. For some of you in this dynamic still currently, maybe, you know, for some of you you're not and you're just thinking about a past person, is that they could have pulled away due to feeling stagnant or stuck in an area of their life. And you're trying to trust in their process, I see here, because it says trust in the invisible, and kind of slowing down. Maybe you're trying to attune yourself to their pace. If you are in a dynamic with them, it's really what you're wanting from them is just a level of peace and harmony, compromise, maybe even closure for some of you. But in your general reading, and again, if you haven't watched it, I highly would suggest to watch it after this reading. You'll have some more guidance there. It was a lot about self. You know, you had the Magician, the Hermit, and the Death card. 3 major arcanas to start off your reading. And you are utilizing those resources and you're learning how to sharpen your tool set, you know, pulling out the tools from your toolbox when necessary, and knowing how to tend to self, really. It was a lot around structure and form and stability and creating that for yourself, and knowing that you need a practical plan and that you can move at your own pace here in this dynamic, but I don't want you to also bend to another person's will. Again, the 7th house is definitely coming up for you. You might feel like you have to compromise or bend, and to each of you, you get to choose and dictate how and when you do that. But the energies showing up here are saying to be mindful of that. You can trust in this process, but don't allow yourself to become stagnant in someone else's story. Okay? All right. What do we want to pull from? Let's pull from the Rider-Waite. This is going to be for Leo's love interest. The person on Leo's mind, this lizard frog. You could be seeing these animals out in nature, and these could be messengers for you as well. I love the lotus. The lotus is such a beautiful kind of symbolic story. It reminds me of Kuan Yin. And that's that Japanese kind of influence. Again, some of you could be in the general message. I was seeing lots of different fabrics and patterns and shapes. Some of you could be even like quilting or into quilting. Or you know someone, maybe you're getting gifted a quilt. I saw someone like putting together patterns and shapes. And also in your general message, you did get this song Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I will link all those links below. Okay, you'll find those with your other December links. But the lotus, you know, grows from the mud. So this person is like maybe been in a rocky place with you, and it just felt very murky. You know, when you go into a clear, like little pond or lake, and the water's clear, then you step in it, and it's just like it's muddy. You can't see the ground below you anymore, and that can feel a bit kind of nerve-wracking to not know where you're stepping. So this person could be feeling like, I don't know where I stand. I don't know where to step. Maybe feeling a bit on edge, because these two animals are pretty quick on their toes, whereas you are more like kicking back, and maybe that makes them feel a bit worried about like, well, if they're so happy, they're so peaceful, they seem to be moving through their lives at their own pace and rhythm. How do I fit into this kind of thing, you know? And that's their problem, is what I want to say, Leo. I don't feel like you're in a negative energy at all. I think you just want peace. And you're in more of a surrender here, which is beautiful. Trusting in the invisible, you know, trusting in the process. And this person is, and when someone's deep in it, right, it's hard for them to trust sometimes. And a lot of the times what I'm getting here, Leo, is that some people, when they're going through this kind of stagnation, metamorphosis, is that they want you to be there with them in it. You know, and I can empathize for people that are going through those struggles. It's not always easy. And for those that are in a relationship, yes, we want to support our partner, but we also have to have healthy boundaries around our energy and what we can extend and offer. Because a lot of this work, when we're talking about spiritual work and these big karmic lessons that we're learning with Saturn now squaring off to Jupiter and Mercury, is that's their own personal journey that they have to undergo, and we can support them, but we can't do the work for them. And that could be a big lesson that you're learning right now, okay? All right, Leo's love interest, this metamorphosis, this stagnation that's occurring. What's going on? Well, how are they feeling towards Leo about all this? How are they feeling? Whoa, that's a lot of cards. We're going to take them for you, though. There's that Hermit again. You have a lot of Virgo showing up for you. Strong Virgo, Cancer energy here. Taurus. Could very much be dealing with any of these signs. So this person is definitely going through kind of like a dark night of the soul, as they call it, right? And it could be because of this pressure with Saturn square. And also just know that I give transit readings where we look into transits between two charts or just birth chart analysis in general. So check out my website to see what I offer. And again, I do have that Chiron playlist that I'm working on, feeling into your natal Chiron. This person, it could be very beneficial for you to know what their Chiron is because they're going through massive amounts of healing right now. So this person is definitely having a course correction in life because they are realizing that they have been stagnant for quite some time and unhappy with the way things have been going between you two. It could be distance for some with the Chariot, but they're trying to create more stability, really. Money is definitely a highlight for this person, you know, figuring out how to bring balance, because in your general message, Leo, I think you made it clear to them, or they're just sensing from your energy and your shifts and the way that you're showing up for yourself and how much you're prioritizing yourself, or Spirit is guiding you to, you know, take the ball. What is it? Take the bull by the reins or something? Take the bull by the balls? I don't know the saying. Anyway, you know, that Mars and Leo is really helping you become more assertive and self-focused, which is a good thing. Maybe you are kind of becoming more codependent for some of you in this relationship, where you were taking on the burdens of what they're going through financially, potentially, or just family. They could be having things around family. And you have to know intuitively when you have to pull back from someone else's work. They seem to be on a good path now that they've made some changes. And if they haven't made these changes yet, I want to clarify it. Have they made these changes in the Chariot? No, not that it looks, yeah, the Chariot in reverse. They haven't made these changes yet. If for some of you that are wondering if you are in no contact type of scenario, I don't see that they've made these necessary changes to potentially build the Ten of Pentacles with you. This is what they want, though, that the Hermit is shedding light on this. Strong Virgo here, because these are both Virgo cards. They're like, what does this look like in the future? Is our relationship going to grow? How can we even grow if I'm in this Four of Cups Chariot in reverse, feeling unmotivated, stagnant? This person feels like things have stagnated between you two. And they're kind of at a loss for words here. I think a lot of it is, and we'll see more about your energy, is that, again, you have become very self-reliant, Leo. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing. And they could be a bit threatened by that at times. Maybe you are more, say you're feminine and you kind of are more assertive masculine. I feel Mars in your sign is going to bring out more of the masculine side of you, whether you're male or female, just because there's a level of assertion that's required when Mars goes in your sign. And of course, we talked about this in the general reading of the balance of that, especially when you're in a dynamic with the opposite sex, or anyone in general, right? We innately have both qualities, and we can utilize and pull on those when the time is right. And especially when we're relating to another, because there are masculines that are operating more from their feminine, especially if the feminine is in that masculine or it's hyper masculinity. So I'm bringing this up because there might be some sort of imbalance where someone might feel inadequate because the other is in domain, in control. And in your scenario, I don't think that's necessarily anything that you've done. For some of you, maybe, but I think it's more that this person is just lacking trust in their life and they're just going through a metamorphosis. They feel defeated. They feel a bit confused, you know, and there's delays around where this is going, for sure. Although there is a desire for this Ten of Pentacles, there is a desire to plant seeds that are actually going to bear fruit. There is also worry around whether it is actually going to bear fruit. This could be like, for some of you, investing in some sort of property, or, you know, I'm not seeing that as much, but for some of you, it could be that, like, where are our investments? Investments can be many things in relationships, right? Let's see how you're feeling here. The otter, the snail, Leo. How are you feeling towards your love interest with the otter and the snail? Tell me more. Leo in love, Leo in love. Please show me the truth. Ancestors, guides, angels, allies. Leo in love, Leo in love towards their love interest. How are you feeling right now? I got the song, I don't want to fight anymore. It's this old 311 song. I just want to live it out, live it up. Da, 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 da. You're more like, I don't want to fight. You're like, okay, this isn't our first rodeo. I'm thinking that the Leos I'm connecting with, this isn't your first rodeo with this person. You know, you guys have tried. I'm getting a Leo, try again. This person, I think, does still see potential, but that's a really muddy line that you can walk in the lotus flower. You can get really murky there when we're just trying to stay in a relationship due to potential. It's a beautiful thing to have hope and be inspired. You know, this wand energy, this fire energy, that isn't what I'm talking about here. But after, say, 4-6 months to even a year, let's give them a year, okay? I feel like that's even a bit far-fetched. But again, this is a general reading. You know yourself best. But if we're constantly thriving due to potential and not actual action, Saturn is calling us now into actual, like, reality check. Like Neptune direct. No more of this, oh, well, potentially, or I want to do this, but, you know, are you doing it type of thing. You know, because we can, of course, go through kind of like the 12-step program. I'm seeing someone with like any sort of recovery, where first it takes accountability, right? And that you might backtrack. You might get scared. So I feel for you that this is what's been going on, either you or them, right? Cross watchers roles can be reversed, where it's like, I want this telling, you know, I feel I want, but what are you doing is what you're telling me. And you feel like, again, these delays are causing you to just feel unfocused. And you're like, I don't know if this is grounded. This seed is not going to bear fruit, is what you're saying. I feel like for some of you, there's either very little words, or the words that are being shared are a bit passive aggressive, is what I'm getting. I feel like you're taking on a more passive aggressive tone with this person. A 7 of Wands here, 3 of Swords, because you don't want to fight anymore, is what I'm sensing. You're laying down your sword and you're like, I got to start focusing more on what I need to do. And I love you. I care for you. I think there's still a level of admiration. King of Cups. You do feel like things are unfinished potentially around emotions. Like it's unsettling, I'm sensing. Like there's a part of you that desires this much like they do, but then there's like, I don't want to fight. I feel like I'm losing hope. If you feel like you're losing hope a bit. And there's this desire for you more than anything to heal this. This could have been between you two, or this could have been something that happened way before they even were in your life, or both, right? The world. The world can signify things that happened before you even met this person that had maybe set the tone for the way that this relationship was going to pan out. And again, free will choices can occur where we can, you know, recognize that that's happened. We don't have to stay bound or restricted to it either. So in the extended, I'm going to feel more into, where is this going? Where is this heading, right? Is this person going to actually make some major changes for this to build on a really healthy foundation, one that feels grounded and solid and honorable exchange and reciprocity, and, you know, where there's not so many delays and, you know, people not really on the same page of what even financially is going to be sustainable for anything to really feel good for the both of you, is what I'm sensing. All right, let's see. What are we going to talk about in the extended further? Further information on Patreon. Let's see. For Leo in love. Leo. Guides, angels, allies for Leo. Show me the truth for my Leo collective. What are we going to talk about? The golden mirror. It says one-sided relationship. Also with the golden mirror, sorry, my camera's a bit weird. I get with the golden mirror, although it says narcissist, for some of you, maybe you could feel like someone's very self-absorbed, or they could feel like you are, right? But then healthy choices here. This is you. I feel like you really are stepping into making healthy choices. Again, that 4, you have 444, stability, really imagining what you want your 10 of Pentacles to look like too. And this person as well is like, have you made that clear to me, Leo? And I think you have, to be honest with you. Your energy is showcasing that you probably made it fairly clear to this person what it is that you're desiring. And you're making choices to get there. And I think that's because finally you're seeing that this golden mirror, it has probably been a level of being a bit one-sided. Love bombing, you know. Love bombing can occur in the beginning phases of a relationship especially, right? And I think that can be very innocent at times. I don't think that all love bombing is just 100% narcissism. For some situations, yes. But I think that just when someone's highly attracted to someone, it can feel like love bombing as well. So let's not jump the gun on that. But for some of you, yeah, maybe this person does have narcissistic tendencies, a bit self-absorbed. Or what I'm getting here is because you're finally setting healthy boundaries because you're kind of sick and tired, or the passions also could be kind of swaying here between you two due to work pressures, whatever, external forces, is that someone you're selfish. You know, that can happen in a relationship where maybe they weren't used to you having such healthy or clear boundaries, is that they can all of a sudden assume that you're a narcissist or self-absorbed because you're making healthy choices. So we'll see more about how this is going to play out in the extended. You can find that link below, okay? And we're going to get more clarity around this and see, you know, is this person going to be accepting of these healthy choices that are occurring, or are they on the same page at all, right? All right, I hope to find you over there. If this is where we part, bye for now, Leo.